Oop, no, that's not good. I gotta move. I'll move my fat head down a little bit. There we go. I'm still kind of trying to figure everything out at the moment. I've got the, I've changed up the chat to try and make it more readable on YouTube, so hopefully that'll be good. So let's get started. I will say this game is like pretty flashy, so if I don't think it should be an issue like any more than other video games are, but just be aware of it. Jesus, it's also loud. I keep forgetting how loud this game is. Like, it's not just this copy or whatever. The game is like that, even an actual copy of the game on an actual television. So this should have lyrics, but they didn't license it outside of Japan, so it doesn't. There might actually be one, but I like the dub because the voice acting, I think they farmed it out to actual kids and it's just really funny. This game is basically, like, I describe it as single-stick virtual on. It's also basically a clone of Gundam Versus, but on a different console.
The day after a meteorite fell towards Safari Town, a boy went in search of it, hoping to find an adventure. What he found was a palm-sized robot that has a mind of its own. The little machine was also a life form known as a gotcha board from the planet Megaboard.
As well. It's like a fraction of the size it should be.
What?
Hi! Huh? They are the Death Force. They are an evil gotcha board corpse that fight only to conquer and destroy. Your fighting courage turns into GF energy, which is my battle power. Now, give me your orders, GF Commander.
I love how cool people that is.
Alright, let's rock! Yes!
Finish now!
Yeah! Good! Next! There! Yes! Nice!
I might have done this a few
We
times
showed
before.
them!
I might just turn that down on the stream a little bit because it's really loud.
Uh-huh. Huh? Thank you.
Oh, I just turned it down by 4 decibels, so hopefully that's a bit
Let's
better.
join forces. We will protect you and your planet from the Death Force. We are the Gotcha Board Corps of Justice, known as Gotcha Force.
The complete inability to pronounce core properly gets me pretty much every time. And they keep using the word, like they could use a more, like standard word, but no.
Hi!
Hopefully the GameCube controller noises aren't coming through too clearly, because I'm actually using the GameCube controller to play this. Really? Oh.
All right.
We'll win next time. Yeah. Right?
Hey. You easy.
Got better, I guess. Don't think about it too hard. Like, this game basically operates on Saturday morning cartoon logic, and not
All right.
in a bad way.
was
It's
luck.
heavily committed to having that kind of aesthetic to it.
Aww.
I should save like every audio file in this game to use as alerts on the channel.
Aww. Mana.
Mana! I can do this!
Yes. There. Good. Next. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So the thing about this game that makes it so interesting is that you have one, two, 5 states of movement you can be in. You can be neutral on the ground, dashing on the ground, neutral in the air, dashing in the air, or having just landed. And some or all of your attacks will change depending on how you are moving, which is very similar to how Virtual On works. You don't see it so much with D-Red because it's just his melee attacks, but there are some characters later where it's a much bigger part of their kit.
Good. Good. Yes. Good. Yes.
Feel my wrath!
Go. Nice. Next.
So for example, that overhead kick is your air while dashing, but the upward somersault kick is when you just landed on the ground. So, like, you
Hey,
can
you.
use that to chain attacks together and make fairly long combinations depending on
do
the unit.
this. You're no match for me!
If you oppose Katsumi, you'll regret it.
You forgot something!
Not yet.
You're finished!
So, something that the game doesn't really tell you, but which is important, you may have noticed when people start dashing, there's like a little sonic boom effect. When that occurs, it actually cancels the homing of all projectiles that are aimed at your character. So, and homing in this game is very aggressive, so you need to be mindful of that. Okay, so I'm going to do a glitch here, mostly just to show off that it works. Even on an emulator, because I own this game. This is my copy of the game that I dumped. But obviously streaming it off my GameCube is a pain in the ass. So what we're gonna do here is a very well-known glitch. This was originally believed to be due to a stack overflow, but it's actually caused by I don't know what, some kind of oversight. It can be caused by a stack overflow, but you can cause it to happen through much easier ways. So here's what we're going to do. We saved already, so if I break it, it doesn't matter. Now we took G-Red off, and so we're going to put the normal ninja in any slot on forces 2, 4, 6, 10, and 11. Doesn't matter which slot they go in. So next we go up to the 20th force, and we grab the revolver gunman, and we put them in slot... Oh no! We grab G-Red and put them in slot 23. Nearly did that backwards. We put the revolver gunman in slot 15. Then we move to any cell in the box and we press A. Now the game just pretended that it picked something up even though it's holding nothing. So the game is kind of freaking out right at the moment. So we move this up to the normal ninja and press the button, and the 20th force has completely freaked out. So now we press B to release it. We go to slot 24, and we attempt to pick up the borg in slot 24. Move it to slot 15. Like that. Then we press B and release this. Then we move this to any empty cell in the box other than this cell, and press A. And finally we move it to the second cell in the box and press A. Then we press B to release that, and we delete all of our forces. Or, which we have to do manually at some point. So I'll show you what the upshot of that was in just a moment. You actually want to save again after this, because this game has a really sloppy buffer where it only cleans the memory buffer when you manually save the game. So if you play for a long period of time, then you can easily start getting overflow issues. So that's what this was originally thought to be, but it turns out that you can cause it to happen just by fiddling around with the box. So we did lose our normal ninja in that exchange, like it's just gone. But what we changed it for was G-Black. Now G-Black is not normally legally available. You had to go to an event that was only held in Japan with your actual memory card and get it loaded on. So I don't really feel bad about cheating for it. I'm not going to use it very much, but there's one specific fight that I want it for, since I want to unlock everything on this playthrough. But yeah, that's the 20th force glitch in action. Also, the detailing in this game is really slick. Like there's stuff on all kinds of, on all the bits of the thing. Like can you zoom in and out? Like this? No. Yep. Like if you zoom. Oop, all the way down, you can see that it actually has CAPCOM written at the bottom of his torso piece with "Made in Japan" underneath it. Losing the normal ninja is actually kind of a pain, but I have opportunities to get more, so it's fine. I'm not using G Black because it's really overpowered for this point in the game.
Here we go. They're too strong. I'm on my way.
Take this.
That was me doing the 20th force glitch.
Now.
Which, it's basically similar to, menu overflowing in, red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
So in this case I used it to get a gold that you aren't meant to have, since, you could only get it from going to an event in Japan. I'll just turn that down a little bit further again. Yeah, that looks a bit better.
All right.
We've lost.
So I've grabbed G Black for a couple of reasons. The first is that, go back. The first is that I wanted to show off that the 20th Force Glitch does in fact work on Dolphin. Because it's not a hardware exploit. The second is that I want G Black for a very difficult boss fight that I actually have to win. It's one of the few losable battles in the game.
We've got to calm down.
I am kind of annoyed that it eats up the normal ninja to do it, since I would actually be using it a lot otherwise.
Come on. Ow.
I can do this.
Yes. There.
So Revolver Gunman, oh actually is this Revolver Gunman? Or something else? I think it's Revolver Gunman because it's like Revolver Sheriff or something is the other one. Actually has a fairly interesting gimmick. It can shoot during its dodge animation without breaking the dodge basically, which is normally not a thing that you can do.
Take this. There.
Hmm.
Go.
No way.
So it's actually much more mobile than it appears to be.
We did it.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Hey.
Yes.
Tetsuya and Met actually have a really good combo, and it's unfortunate the AI isn't really smart enough to make use of it. Met uses arrow ninjas, which have a gimmick where they can basically pin your Borg in place, and Tetsuya favors like melee-only units, uses Nightborgs and Rishaborgs, which are like close-range dedicated. So the idea is that Met can use his Borgs to pin you in place so that Tsutomu can beat you up, but the AI isn't really good enough to actually make use of that.
I'll give you backup. There. Hey, go. Ow, ow, ow. Do it. What happened? There.
As you can see, like Tsutomu hit me once with one button and it did most of my health. Like, his units are really strong.
Not yet.
Usagi, coming. Go.
Can't stand this anymore.
Yeah, you saw there how my bullets basically turned right in midair. That's what I mean when I say the homing in this game is really aggressive. You have to dodge to shake it off. You can do some really dumb things using wingborgs, which have a gimmick where they can start flying, but only the initial spurt of flight dodges and breaks the incoming homing attacks. So what ends up happening is you can have bullets that like basically turn 180 degrees if they have enough room.
Hi there. Let's go up. There. Yes. Ha. Next. There. Do it. Nice. Come on. Next. Go. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Usagi. Okay. We showed them. Nice combo.
Oh, what do we get? Probably another revolver gunman that I don't need. Yeah. Generally speaking, I don't think having dupes is that useful, but... Like, I would have preferred a Deathborg, believe it or not. Deathborgs are very weak, but, well, defensively. Offensively, they tend to be not that bad, but,
Hi.
offensively, they tend to be pretty okay, and they're extremely cheap. They also make better use of the level up mechanic than anything else. Like, lots of them have gimmicks where they, like, some of them have, like, attack runes and they get an extra one when they reach max level, and they level up fastest, so they're actually quite useful on a first playthrough. The problem is that they actually have a very low drop rate, and your drop rate increases with every successive playthrough up until, I think it's playthrough number 7 is where it caps out. So I'm picking on Mana because Mana favours Borgs that are good at supporting, which is not something I want the enemy to have, obviously. Ha! She got Kero instead, so Kero's ninja got healed instead of her partner Usagi's. Oh, that was dumb. I should have held off and waited for my next block. Because, yeah. I'm down. There we go.
We showed them. We did it.
The first part of the animation of G-Red's like shining finger looking attack has a hitbox that launches them upwards and does like a huge amount of hit stun.
Fine. be cool. Good, pretty good. Good. Yes. 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 Now. Good.
Flying, like these ones that actually fly rather than being ones that have like wings or whatever, are really annoying because unlike wingboards, the flight mechanic for flightboards gives them a dodge every tick that they hold the button, so they are extremely obnoxious to hit. They're also fairly difficult for a human being to use, which just makes it more annoying since like the AI can use them to really good effect, and then you get one and it's like, oh, I can't use this at all, great, thanks.
Well, it's obvious.
You know what, maybe I'll give it a try. Because it's only 200, like it costs less than a battle bill.
I'll do my best. We can do this.
Oh yeah, that match didn't show it, although a later one will, but it's actually possible to have an ally right on top of a flying unit. If you double tap the Z button, now Z is normally the target ally button, which is used for like Mana's Borgs that have beneficial effects. The AI is actually smart enough to pay attention to what you're doing, so like if your partner is Mana and she's a Nurse Borg, and you hold Z to target her, then the AI will take it as a hint that you want to be healed. Which is nice. So in this case you can set up like a miniature force field that makes it easy for your ally to stand on top of you, so that you can like drive them around, and so they get the fighter's mobility but act as a turret on top of it, and the AI is smart enough to climb on top of you if you set that up. Ow. Real Robot is really strong and I really want to actually get one.
We showed them. We're awesome.
Unfortunately, your chances of getting Drill Robot off this map are almost nothing, because there's only 2 of them, and Drill Robot is a 2-piece Borg, so you need to collect 2 data crystals, so you need the A1 and the B1, and the odds of you getting both the A and B drop from that one stage are fairly low.
I'll do my best. We can do this.
Let's get serious. Just be cool. Yeah, wow. Go! Wow. Good.
Wow.
Almost! Not yet! What are you doing?
Eh, yeah, I basically have to play a fighter with a claw grip if I'm going to do that.
You got beaten too many times! Why?
You know, Capcom Air Force 54 DG is written on the barrel. It's a nice touch. I really love how much detailing there is about, like, on the individual models, because, like, this is a GameCube game, right? So, you know, textures are in, I don't know what resolution, something itty bitty. Although you can clearly see that they've just mirrored half of the texture for the missiles. Yeah, see, she's got Capcom printed on her soul like it's a gacha toy, like a gashapon toy. Oh, G-Black's profile is actually broken and doesn't show his attacks. I actually think that this version of G-Black is slightly incorrect. Either that or the ball just hasn't been created properly. In Hyper Mode, its melee combo will whiff, and additionally its stats panel is missing its attack. So that obviously shouldn't be happening.
You can count on me. Let's rock.
You want pain, don't ya?
You'll be easy.
That's it. This can't be happening. That was a brute.
Hit.
Stay down. Annoying brats.
Yeah. No. You got lucky.
You okay, boys?
Yeah.
That's the groceries I need a minute. Okay, there we go. Let me just tweak this a little bit. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. When the groceries show up, it's kind of an all hands on deck situation. Okay, this is working out better than I thought it was going to.
We showed them.
This can't be happening. I'll do my best.
Unlike the drill robot, there is actually a chance that you can pick up Gatling Gunner from this fight, and I really want to do that because Gatling Gunner is very useful for a specific, very difficult fight later in the game. The AI at this point is not very bright, so it's fairly simple. If I hit them with a missile, then they will usually tech straight up in midair and just float back down, so you can easily hit them with the fully charged shot and it won't even be scaled because they teched and there was a delay. Or if you get no drops at all. Okay, cool. So as a general rule, I kind of swear by Usagi as a partner. Her Goldballs are tougher than Hikaru's ninjas and hit better at various ranges without being like cripplingly slow like Tsutomu's are, and she comes with, she tends to be the partner that has the most balls handy, so she's just all around really useful to have. There's also a brief period in the game where she's like far and away the best ally, but that's because she begins using Slow Valkyrie for like one chapter, and Slow Valkyrie is really, really dangerous. Yeah, it's hard to see because of the, oh, Shuriken Ninja, I want that. It's hard to see because of the camera angle, but the giant cannon underneath the blue fighter actually does swivel and rotate when it fires to track the target. Yeah, pretty much.
I did it!
Usagi using her Valkyrie at this point in the game is also really good because very few very few of the actual opponents
They need to be
have
put in their
anything,
place.
like, can do anything to answer to a flying unit. Also, you can see here that they've actually done something clever as well. Nikobe likes Nightborgs. Specifically, he's fond of using Vampire Knight, which can be quite powerful, but the AI doesn't have much of an idea of how to use it. And Tsune, who likes Machine Borgs, has this magnet robot which actually draws enemies and allies in it, so he pulls them into range so that Nikobe can hit them, which is really awesome. Go on, there we go. That pylon came up at exactly the right time to stop me from killing him. Yeah, flying units are kind of really good. They're much more dangerous in a computer's hands than yours because normally you can't really see like half the screen because the unit takes it up, and the computer doesn't have that problem. But it does make it kind of difficult to use, especially the attacker ones, which are designed to hit things below them. You can really see that the AI just doesn't know what to do about this. Oh wow, Sonic Ninja, I did not know that they showed up this early. Kind of if I get one, Sonic Ninja is a favorite of mine. Yes! Oh, sorry, Acceleration Ninja. I'm bullying Mana pretty much exclusively because if she starts being allowed to buff or heal, the enemy becomes significantly more dangerous. The buffs that you can hand out in this game like aren't playing around, and especially later on she starts getting some units that can debuff, and some of those make the game basically unplayable. Like if she starts using what is it, Pop Idol? Pop Honey? You can basically give up playing the game for about a minute if she actually tags you with its debuff.
Alright! Nice combo!
We'll win next time.
I'm not talking.
Huh?
So casually, this is probably the first fight that you'll lose. Nikobe brings a Chainsaw Knight, which is an extremely difficult opponent. It has super armor, so it doesn't flinch from most attacks. Like, not just generally, but like not just during attacks, but like generally. Second, he claims it's a one-on-one battle and then calls in Kitsune, and the Chainsaw Knight also hits like a truck. I could kind of cheat it because of the flying unit, but like if you don't know that, or you're just not good at using them, and I mean I'm still not good at using this one, it's a very uphill battle. Especially because not only do they tag team you, but they each bring, I think, Nikobe brings 3 Borgs, starting with the very dangerous Chainsaw Knight, and Kitsune, I think, brings 2?
Yeah, you're just lucky.
Wow!
Annoying brats. Annoying brats.
Oh yeah, it's even blue and spiky, like there's no way this isn't intended to be a reference. But during his air dash, or his jump, or when he's doing that sprint, if he crashes into something that deals damage, and like not a small amount of damage either,
Get ready for this!
This can't be happening.
Them! Alright!
What the?
I wasn't really trying.
right, okay, so this is the fight that I had G Black for. Because you have to win every fight against Sho if you want to recruit him, and except for one, all of the fights with Sho are losable, so instead of you just being booted out and told to retry if you lose, he just moves on, and he's really strong. His 2 units that he brings to this fight, Garuda, which is an Anubis wing, and his Blade Wing, are like some of the best Borgs in the entire game. Like, they have tons of health, they do tons of damage. Wing Borgs are kind of busted if you know what to do, and the AI kind of does with him. And on top of that, For example, Garuda and sort of by extension Anuba Swing, its charged attack, if you try to dodge it on the ground, you pretty much won't because the explosion is so big. And they don't suck in melee either. In fact, their melee attacks are some of the best in the game, and they have a ton of health. So, like, if there's a fight that you are going to lose, if you didn't lose to, like, the Nakobe Kitsune fight, you're probably going to lose to this one, because it's just incredibly difficult. Fortunately, the AI isn't super bright about how to use Garuda's blade toss. No, not Garuda, Blade Wing's blade toss. So, like, you have opportunities, but still, like, even with this, yeah, I lost anyway, okay, so that's a reset. So even using a overpowered Borg that I got by cheating, I still lost, because Sho is really tough. And I do actually want to unlock everything during this playthrough, so I need to reset that until I beat him. But fortunately, it shouldn't be too difficult.
I'm gonna win.
Normally, I think the answer to how you meant to unlock Sho on a first playthrough is just you aren't. Or I guess you could, but you'd have to be way better at the game than I am. Also, because Garuda's charge attack causes an AoE when it hits the ground, most of your units are going to be like pretty ground-bound at this point in the game. And if you dodge that attack on the ground, like most likely what will happen is that you'll get caught in the AoE regardless. Like that. Like even if you dodge it in the air, because the blast is so huge. There we go.
We showed them.
It's kind of stupid how difficult this fight is.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Let me switch back to my not busted thing. we bring mana for this one because the Flame Dragon hits really hard and I don't have that many Borgs. It shouldn't be that difficult because it's mostly a big target, but it can still be pretty rough. Especially since you have like such low GF energy at this point in the game. Except for a few specific instances, you get 10 GF energy each time you win a fight. Ow. And like G-Red, for example, costs 300. So you can only deploy Borgs that have a total cost up to your GF energy. I finished the game when I first played through it, and I was basically trying to do everything. I finished with just over 2500 GF energy. On a replay, on special mode where you can play any map in the game, you have 2200. And the Maniac version of challenge mode, which is meant to be like the hardest thing in the game basically, gives you a force limit of 2500 GF energy. So that should give you an idea of like how much things cost, relatively speaking. Oh, Mana actually got the kill.
We all did it. Huh?
Whoa!
Okay.
See, yeah, pretty much.
Hey. Just be cool.
Oh, I should have taken Sonic Ninja out of this. I really like Sonic Ninja. There's one thing it's incredibly bad at, and that's fighting anything in the air.
I can do this. Yeah. Good. Pretty good. Good. Do it.
On the other hand, saying hello to the red attackers. They only have attacks that work on things on the ground. If you're above them, they literally cannot hurt you. Oh! Eagle Jet. Nice. It's a jet, but it has a melee attack.
I can do this. Go.
Because it's actually one part of Eagle Robot, which is a transforming unit that you can get later on.
All right. That'll do.
Maybe let me just move this window up a little bit so that I'm looking less down on the camera. There we go. Oh yeah, this is fun. So Ultimate Cannon
I'll do my best.
has an attack which will kill anything in one hit if it connects unscaled, and it takes up, and the attack hits most of the map. The catch is that the attack takes a full minute to charge. However, it isn't exactly defenseless in the meantime, as you can see. Oof.
Did I do that?
Nearly died.
We showed them.
We're awesome!
Oh wait, no, not this one. I would have cleaned up everything else first. That one's tough. Like, actually tough. Also, every chapter, you'll notice that your partners, like, not only get more Borgs on their team, but they upgrade what Borgs they do have. So they kind of grow alongside you, which is a nice touch. A lot of games don't do stuff like that, even when they should. The Met, for example, gets an increasingly large number of units that can manipulate where you stand. So in that case, he has Wire Gunner, which is pretty interesting actually. Wire Gunner's gimmick is that it lays this like set of wires behind it, and it can either draw itself back along them, or it can fire its grapple onto you, and then the Borg that hits will be dragged along the length of the wire. And then the second thing they have is his helicopter, which is basically like Chainsaw Knight, but in the air. It's a helicopter that has a grappling hook, and so it can grab you and start dragging you around. So once again, the idea is that he limits your mobility, and then he pulls you, and then Tetsuya can take advantage of that to do massive damage at close range. Tetsuya's Nightborgs have a fairly cool gimmick where their shield, if an attack intersects the shield hitbox before any other part of the Borg, then the attack is completely nullified. This actually works on any kind of attack, including like ICBMs or the Ultimate Cannon's Ultimate Blast. So, you can block anything if you're good enough, and their forward dash actually puts the shield hitbox first to encourage you to just kind of dash into enemies. I don't have the guts to try that, but you can do it.
Hey! You can count on me! Let's do this!
Ooh, Chainsaw Knight. Definitely want that. Yeah, while you're in this hyper state, attacks and ammo charge almost instantly, You move faster. In Acceleration Ninja's case, it's much faster. Your attacks do more damage. They tend to get scaled less, but can still get scaled pretty hard. And you become immune to most things that would prevent you from moving, including being anchored by Chainsaw Knight. Nice. What is that crystal? Okay, so I'm swapping back to the broken team for this one. This one and the next one, I should say, because these are once again fights that I actually have to win if I want to unlock stuff later.
You can count on me. Let's go. Let's do our best.
So it looks like I hold out the big guns for not much, but just wait until you see what happens later in this stage. I'm also kind of in part preparing for next stage, because there's a stage that immediately follows this one and it's very difficult. Kind of like the show fight, it's not as insanely difficult to win, but it's certainly more difficult than most other fights, and you don't get to retry it if you lose. Is that an alt pelt? Wow, okay. Oh no, it's a, what is it, Spike Knight? No, Hammer Knight? Whatever. Here they come. So Ruby Knight and Sapphire Knight are extremely dangerous. They cost like 560. For comparison, G Black costs 600. And they are extremely powerful. They have shields, they have lots of HP, they have very powerful attacks. Sapphire Knight is certainly the more dangerous of the two, because it has a long-range beam attack that can just kind of end you. Which is why I kind of was like mercilessly bullying it and trying to make sure that it never got a chance to actually attack me.
Alright, we did it! I don't know. Hey! Huh? We can do this!
So, you've seen sometimes the game will pitch like 3-on-1s against you. This is one of the first times that it doesn't, but Orochi is still very capable of just beating you up.
Mighty commander of the Death Force.
Fortunately, in this fight, she brings much weaker builds than usual, so it's not too bad.
I'll remember that.
Like, she basically brings all of the weaker versions of the builds that she usually uses to this fight. You also don't want to beat up the allied team that she's with too much, And the reason for that is that, as you just noticed, even though it was only one team to start with, after the first one dies, an additional force arrives on the enemy side, so she can have 2 backup members at once. And if you let them do that too much, then it will deploy Ruby and Sapphire Knight against you, and you will have an extremely bad time. This unit, Dark Knight, is the only Borg that Orochi brings that is, Taranka is the only unit that she brings in this fight that she uses again later, otherwise she upgrades the entire rest of her team. Fortunately, her team isn't really designed to deal with flying units. Here they come. I'm gonna stop playing Blue Fighter after this mission, because playing with the core grip that I need to is actually starting to give me the crap. So unlike Sapphire Knight, Ruby Knight is designed to just obliterate you in close quarters. It has an attack that is like specifically designed to punish you for hitting its shield. It has like much weaker ranged attacks, so the idea is that Ruby moves into close range and Sapphire covers it, which it actually does a fairly credible job of.
Alright! We're awesome! Darn! Huh? I don't know.
Huh?
Okay!
Yeah, that's the easy part. She gets a lot harder later on.
Oh! You'll be easy! Do it! Yeah! Oh, that hurts. Now, go! Yes! Yes!
The hit stun on Battlegirl's dashing melee attack on the ground is actually just enough to get a missile attack off, so that's pretty much like the main way that you should be playing her. Which is kind of contrary to what the game suggests, because it's like, oh, it's a ranged unit. It's like, not quite. Oh yeah, there are some, because of the way that physics works, or doesn't work as the case may be, there's actually some, like, combos that you can do that require a magnet robot to be pulling you to do it. That you can potentially get, like, really big damage combos if you have good coordination. This game actually makes a really good co-op game. You can play the challenge mode, which is like 10 increasingly difficult fights where each player is limited to 2500 energy each. You can play that as co-op, and that's probably like the primary draw in the game outside of story mode, is playing that. It's really fun. Oh yeah. Like, Axel Ninja in hyper mode goes stupidly fast.
Huh? Hee. Right? I don't know. Just be cool.
Oh crap, those show up on this stage. These enemies are really dangerous. Not so much for their regular attack, but their charge attack does a tremendous amount of damage.
Obviously. Now. Pretty good. Next. Yes. Yes. Not yet.
Oh yeah, it's Sapphire Cat. So back in the day on the Game of Fuse board, there was a guy who used to handle Sapphire Cat, and he was kind of famous for, like, if he was using any screenshots, he'd have an alt color Battle Girl, and according to legend, he once soloed challenge mode on the highest difficulty with just the alt color Battle Girl. I have no idea if that's true, but whatever. So, on the off chance that you're watching this, hello.
I know that. Going down. I'll show you. Pretty good.
The Game of Fuse wasn't always as great at keeping a posting history as it was, and so like there's a period where like there just aren't any posts left. From like a while ago, and I mean, this was like early 2000s, a while ago. So my understanding is that it came up, but like the proof was gone by the time I saw it. But like, that's too good a story to not keep going around, right? I didn't look at any stuff we've got. So Vampire Knight has an interesting gimmick. Its HP actually drains every second, but any melee attack that it lands will recover its HP. So you can keep them going for a really long time if you're good. I'm not very good. Sonic Samurai has the same moveset, but their special attack is different. It's a dash through that puts the enemy into a hard knockdown. Except in Hyper Mode where you can chain it, but it scales too hard to make that worth doing. Oh no, they've taken over our garden. What are we gonna do? Let them have it? It sounds like it's not like they're using it. Clearly. So, I guess you've got planters, but it doesn't exactly look like a really nice garden. Oh. That was possibly the worst shot with a missile I've ever done. Oh yeah, Hyper Mode isn't just for the immediate attack buff either. There are certain units later on where if you control one and your partner controls the other and you go into Hyper Mode, they actually combine for the duration of the Hyper Mode, which is really cool. The downside to it is that it's kind of hard to use because like one player controls the movement and like the melee weapons and the other player controls like the special weapons, so it can be hard to actually use it properly if you aren't playing with another person and have really good coordination. But like, it's cool. Whoa, Cybergirl showed up this early? Jeez, the game gets pretty serious a lot faster than I thought it did. Cybergirls are quite dangerous in melee range.
right? March on! Let's rock!
So this is the first real instance of a wingborg, as we haven't seen any wingborgs or agelborgs before, apart from the one that Usagi uses when she's allied with us. Wingborgs have kind of an odd way of movement that you can use to kind of manipulate the game. There's a video on YouTube somewhere of someone who is like quite well known in the community, and I think they're the main person who maintains the wiki of them soloing a particularly difficult fight using a Deathborg, one of these things, by manipulating or by abusing the way the game handles wingborgs. I might be wrong about who it was, but I think the video is still on YouTube. I have a hard copy of it somewhere. No, it's a victory tank, okay. I thought for a minute they'd already broken out a drill tank, and I was like, oh crap, his drill tanks are really powerful.
Operation successful!
Also, do you like Met? Who is a Met? So Powered Gunman is basically an upgrade to Revolver Gunman. The main thing is that it now has a melee range, very powerful attack, and has the powered long shot is the Revolver Gunman's long range attack, which in this case is his charge attack, so you can do it more often. He's quite powerful as an upgrade. So 250, so I can put in Revolver Gunman. Yeah, pretty much.
Let's do this! Go! Good! Knees high! Next! Yes! Next!
At this point in the story, mana is mostly a waste of space, but later on once she starts using her buffers and debuffers when she's actually teamed up with you, she can become quite useful. Optimal conversion of a bullet stagger. Okay, seriously, if you're gonna have Axe Knights and Tomahawk Knights show up this early, can I have one? I'm kind of amazed that that crash into didn't kill that guy, but whatever.
We showed them! Yay! We did it!
Mana's VA in particular, I'm sure, is like 6. Oh, I did get one, nice. So yeah, it's mostly like the Hatchet Boomerang takes up so much space and does a tremendous amount of damage. However, it costs 490, which is absurd.
Hi! Alright, screw up, rock!
Yeah, that wasn't the one I was aiming for, but that's fine. Come on, girl. Spinner Girl is actually on the left there with the dangerous yo-yo, is actually very powerful, but I want Command Girl for a specific fight coming up in a little bit. And if you don't kill the bulb, you don't get a chance at dropping it. So if your ally kills it, then too bad. Wow, okay. Barrier Girl might be the best unit in the game. If you, like, outside of, like, speedrunning contexts, because the barrier is very powerful and will last for a long time. She doesn't get staggered or anything while it's up, and it has a fairly generous recharge time. She's quite fragile without it, but it's fairly easy to keep it up, like, permanently. Also, she's Mega Man. That's not even a joke. Their basic shot is basically a lemon, but they also have a charge shot, and their weapon is a gun that is fitted over their right arm. On top of that, like, they're blue, they have their landing from the air attack is a slide, so it's very Mega Man.
No mercy!
Oh. I thought there was going to be more to it than that.
Alright! I love it!
I don't know.
Nakoba gets no respect, ever.
Alright,
You're no match for me!
Which is kind of funny because he is actually one of the best partners. Although, pretty much every partner has their merits, like for some missions or others. But Nakobe is, like Usagi, he's just general. His units tend to have, they tend to have better ranged options than Tetsuya's, so he's usually more useful. And he's beefier than the other guys who bring a lot of units, like Usagi and Kikeru. and he's also not as slow as Kitsune is, so like overall he's just really solid. The AI also knows how to hammer fly, which I didn't realize until I saw it happen the other day while I was testing this. So hammer flying is a technique using the this thing, the Hammer Knight. You can basically stay in the air indefinitely by using its dashing and melee attack. Which is a very powerful technique because its melee attack is actually quite powerful, and so it has great mobility and can stay in the air for ages, all while doing lots of damage. So like, good stuff. What?
We showed them.
Just Yamcha posed on the ground.
Yeah. Right? Yo.
You get on my nerves.
Let's battle.
Let's go.
Ow.
Shuriken Ninja. I really want to unlock that, or like to get that as a drop. Shuriken Ninja is very, very powerful. More so than it really looks like in the AI's hands, because you can chain that spinning attack that it does together, and it ends up doing like a disgusting amount of damage, especially in hyper mode. The drop rate for units on the first playthrough is actually pretty rough too, which kind of makes it a bit of a challenge. I do want to do, like, try, I was looking at speedrunning this game at one point, and it's kind of the only thing that there's really a route for that I saw at the time. This was like 10 years ago, it's probably changed since then. So, like, don't assume that I know what I'm talking about. had it as basically being like New Game Plus or using the 20th Force glitch. And I think it'd be more fun to do like a glitchless run where you just have to deal with whatever you drop. Because then you'd also have to balance doing the minimum number of stages with doing stages that get you, like, have the chance to drop good units. It'd oh yeah, that's right. In challenging mode and in battles where there are enemy commanders, they also have hyper mode. Like, I think it'd be really fun to see how quickly you could finish the game up while doing it that way and having to just deal with whatever you get as drops.
You got lucky. We showed them. We'll win next time.
Ah, good, I got a normal ninja. I've been waiting for one. And I got a command girl, perfect. So normal ninja is cheap, but it actually hits well above its weight class. Its melee attacks are unusually powerful and can do a lot of damage. The other thing is that he has surprisingly good ranged attacks. As for Command Girl, she only has ranged attacks and has a very powerful... Her Buster Laser is quite powerful. The main thing about her, though, is that I really want her for use in a map upcoming, because there's an enemy who only uses Flying Borgs, and it's really painful if you have to try and deal with that with your melee units or whatever.
Let's rock! Good! Do it! Coming! Do it! Good! I did it! Yeah! Got you! Nice! Yes! Yes! We showed them! Nice combo! Yes!
I think this is that god-awful stage with all the insect borgs on it. Yep. These things are a huge pain in the ass.
Let's rock!
As you can see, they spit those wires everywhere, and once they firm up, if you bump into them, you take damage and get flinched. The yellow ones, instead, their melee attacks and their shot can poison you. And poison is not a joke. They also have a ton of HP, and their melee attacks are actually quite powerful. Surprisingly so. In fact, if you get close, you can really get chewed up.
What are you doing? Do it! Good! Got you! Usagi coming! Ha! Go! There, got you!
Yeah, see, look at how quickly your health ticks down when you get poisoned. And killing the thing that normally affects and stuff on the field will disappear if the Borg that created them dies, but that's not the case for poison. Fortunately for the little one, it doesn't last very long. For the larger sized one, it lasts for a very long time.
Let's get serious! Ow, ow,
Oh, and these things are like kryptonite for the Axel Ninja as well. I forgot about that. Because you can't really run around freely while they're spitting that stuff all over.
Usagi, all right! Take this! Ha! Yes! Next! How dare you! Next! Not yet! Take this! Good!
Fortunately, poison can't kill you, but it can take you down to 1 HP and keep you there.
Ow, ow, ow! I got it!
That's right. So some Borgs have the ability to create what are called lenses, those spheres that you saw. A shot passing through them will have its properties altered. So that one, I'd forgotten what it does now, I remembered. It shrinks the size of the bullet and makes it much weaker. There's also other ones which increase the size of bullets and make them stronger, or that dramatically speed up or slow down a bullet passing through them. It's pretty cool. And like, if you are coordinating with someone, you can have someone like have one Borg set to make the lenses and the other designed to make use of them. Because like things with slow projectiles can sometimes become much more dangerous if their projectile is suddenly much faster.
Take this!
That was dumb, I shouldn't have popped it then. Because if you die while hyper mode is running, then while your ally will continue to reap the benefits, you lose them on your next bulb, so it's better off to try and pop it when you have full health. That's okay, because I basically got to use the whole thing. Damn, I meant to pop that just before I hit him. Okay, hopefully that didn't break anything. Okay. My, Elgato apparently decided to update in the middle of me streaming, which is great. Claw Robot is pretty good. It doesn't really have any weak points apart from being, like, slow and lumbering. Yeah, I do notice that I dropped some frames, but I think that's okay.
Let's go! Now! Do it! I did it! Now! Good! Not yet! Yes! Go! Not yet! Yeah!
So, this is Barrier Witch, and if she hits you with her attack, you don't get to shoot things anymore, because the barrier that is in front of you absorbs all outgoing shots, but not incoming shots. There's also another version which only blocks incoming shots and not outgoing shots, so...
Usagi coming! Good! Go!
That'll teach him.
All right, I did it.
I'll do my best.
So, this map is really cool. The enemy demon samurai unit, its swords get long. It doesn't have a ranged attack. That's well, not a very good one, but its swords get longer each time any unit on the battlefield dies, and so there's like this one force of the demon samurai, and then the rest of them are the suicide bomb units. If you let this go, you can easily end up with them having swords that reach across the entire map.
Going down. I'll show you. Out.
They're too strong. I'm on my way.
Wow.
Also, the bombs spawn infinitely, but the fight ends after you beat the two demon samurai, so it's fine.
Awesome.
But I think it's really funny that they set up that gimmick.
All right, get serious. Rock. Good. Good. Ah. Next. Do it. Ah. Good. Yes. Next.
Double ninja.
Usagi, okay. I got it. Yes. Yes. Next. There. Yes. Yes. Go. Yeah. Next. Got you. Go. Do it. Do it! Darn! I'll show you! Good!
Yes, by all means, draw me in.
Usagi, all right! Good!
Correct. So, while I think about it, something about this game is pretty interesting. Mana, our heal bot,
Did it!
she was originally meant to have an elder sister, Mina, who was like the actual big bad, and like she got cut entirely, so Mana's just kind of there. Like she has no plot events or anything, just because like everything related to her got cut out of the game.
Next! Next! Yes! Good! Good! Yes! Next! Nice! Good! Next! Next!
Easy game, easy life.
We showed them. You can count on me.
Actually, wait, did I recruit Matt yet? No, he's still playing hard to get. Okay.
You can count on me.
My bot appears to have stopped working for some reason, which is kind of annoying.
Let's go.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. Are those killer girls? Holy shit, they are! Dude, these are like endgame units. Why are they here? Oh no, 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 no. No. This is the one that I was talking about where if it hits you, you just stop playing the game for about a minute. I like how it spawns in the vastly inferior Shadow Girl after opening with a set of 3 Killer Girls. Like, why? Those ones, if they hit you, turn you into a roach. I have no idea how that didn't hit me.
Alright, I did it!
These solo ones are always really annoying.
Let's do this! Go! Nice! Good! Yes! Go! Good! Not yet! Go! Nice! Do it! Yes! Next! Ha! Next!
Oh, okay. So that gold one, that was a quick Valkyrie. It has an attack that buffs an ally and makes them move twice as fast. There's also slow Valkyrie, which debuffs an enemy and makes them move at half speed. It's really annoying. And later, at one point, it's a slow Valkyrie, and like for that chapter, there's just no reason to use any other partner. The slow Valkyries are so busted.
I'll show you. Next.
Challenge mode knows this as well. One of the setups for challenge mode can be having one set where the game uses quick and slow Valkyries in tandem, so that they're both moving twice as fast and you're moving half as fast, which is awful, obviously.
Good. Next. Good. Ow! Do it. Not yet. Yeah. Not yet. Good. Next. We showed them.
Let's see what we got. So, nice board. With bear panties, apparently. So the trick with Ice Valkyrie is that if her attack actually lands, you get frozen, and that's really awful. The computer can't really make good use of it, but if you're playing with someone else, you can really beat them up by like you freeze them and they come in with something slow that's really strong. So these ones that are like showdown hero board unit, you have to fight 5 very powerful enemies at once. Let's start by picking off the Shadow Girl because she's awake. And Metal Hero, who is very obviously Ryu. I basically can't hurt the other ones at the moment. I need to... Now I can. I just need to wait for Gold Hero to go back into his depowered state. Oh, he changed again. Okay. So except for Shadow Girl, who I guess technically is Cutie Honey, these are all like meant to be like a specific kind of Sentai Otaku shows. So like Planet and Star Hero are Ultraman, Metal Hero and Gold Hero and Cyber Hero are like Metal Heroes, and also regular Toku, like Super Sentai, Power Rangers stuff. I'm actually surprised at how well I'm doing, since this is normally very difficult.
We showed them.
Okay, and now I get to break out the big guns again. Because there's another fight with Cher. And another fight with Orochi, for that matter. All gotcha balls my enemies, he says, using gotcha balls.
You're gonna lose.
I like how every single fight with Sho, you spawn in and he's standing on something high up, like his bomb stall. He has, I think it's just this one squad filler this time, and then the rest of his set is just Garuda and Bleedwing. Oh, he has a Jet Hero as well, okay. So I actually intentionally used up that power-up lens because if he gets to throw Blade Wing's blade through the power-up lens, it counts as a projectile and becomes huge and will do like instant death amounts of damage.
What's wrong? Let's do it. Let's go. Is that all you got? We showed them. That was impressive. Yeah.
Yo.
It's time for a showdown.
You'll pay for this.
That's it. Yeah. Nice. I'll remember that. There.
I don't know, she's still using Teleport Ninja on this stage. I thought she dropped it already, but apparently not.
There. Here.
You're mine.
Now. Ow.
You got it.
Yes. I'll remember that. Nikube.
What can I do for you?
So Black Knight, as you may notice, has 2 shields, and it blocked like half of those attacks.
Take this. Now.
So weak.
Wow.
Ah!
Just getting
He killed the Mook and brought in the Ruby Knight and Sapphire Knight.
You'll pay for this. It says your name on it. Is this some kind of joke? No more freebies. Now I'm serious.
Go! Ow! Not yet. There. Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Already.
Annoying rats.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
Not finished yet. Finish now.
All right.
Now.
Darn.
Kneel down.
Yes! That's what I've been looking for.
Ah!
I think you do the Dark Knight one first? Or do I have to... Maybe it's the grab... No. I think maybe the Cosmic Dragon I should do first.
Fun!
If I screwed this up, then it's reset and I'm doing the other one.
Oh my! Need help! Yeah! Yes! Good! Go! Oh! This is so hard! No! This is so hard! Good! Mission work!
The Cosmo Dragon looks so freaking cool in this game. I really like a lot of the designs in this game, but that's definitely up there.
Oh!
And like, you know, we play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard and Battle Spirits, we've seen Robot Dragons before, but like, that's a really good one.
Thank you! No! Ready? This is so hard! Wow! This is so hard!
Hyper Mode actually got me killed there because of the lack of Mercy invincibility. No, I don't know why I said in this game, because it's like, this is the only game that it's in, I'm just dumb.
Yay!
Okay, no, that was correct.
What? Okay!
Uh-huh. No. You shrimps have gone too far.
Go! Go! Wow! It's just getting started!
Feel my wrath.
Whoa!
That's it. Annoying rat. Here you go. Feel my wrath. You'll pay for this. Maybe I'll try this time. How's that?
Yeah! Yes! Good!
Destroy.
Yeah! Next! Go! Recovery!
What can I do for you? Feel my wrath.
Good! Yeah! Good! Darn! Already! Yes!
when the music gets high.
Now!
Huh?
Wow, I forgot that you got Neo G Red this early.
Woo!
Oh!
Uh-huh. Um, 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 um.
Okay, I totally lost track of time, so I'm gonna stop there, because I need to actually stop and do things like have dinner. So, yeah, that'll do for part 1. It's a good spot to fall off anyway. At this pace, this will probably only take me a couple of streams to clear, so I'll probably finish this and then I'll get back to playing OGs. I just kind of want to detox from playing Super Outlaws for a bit, and also that way I'm not being super tilted at the localization every time I stream. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. This will be up on YouTube later, so subscribe and put the bell on if you want to get notified of that. Like the video if you did, and I will see you guys next time.